Today for Bible study, we're on Numbers chapter 23. It starts. And Balaam said unto Balak, Build me 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 oxen and 7 rams. And Balak did as Balaam had spoken, and Balak and Balaam offered on every altar a bullock and a ram. And Balaam said unto Balak, Stand by thy burnt offering, I will go. Peradventure the Lord will come to meet me, and whatever he showeth I will tell thee. And he went to a high place, and God met Balaam. And he said unto him, I have prepared 7 altars, and I have offered upon every altar a bullock and a ram. And the Lord put a word in Balaam's mouth, and said, Return unto Balak, and thus thou shalt speak. And he returned unto him, and lo, he stood by his burnt sacrifices, he and all the princes of Moab. And he took up his parable and said, Balak the king of Moab hath brought me from Aram out of the mountains of the east, saying, Come curse me, Jacob, and come defy Israel. How can I curse whom God hath not cursed? Or how shall I defy whom the Lord hath not defied? For from the tops of the rocks I see him, from the hills I behold him. Lo, the people shall dwell alone, and shall not be reckoned among the nations. Who can count the dust of Jacob, and the number of the 4th part of Israel? Let me die the death of the righteous, and let my last end be like his. And Balak said unto Balaam, What hast thou done unto me? I took thee to curse my enemies, and behold, thou hast blessed them altogether. And he answered and said, Must I not take heed to speak that which the Lord hath put in my mouth? And Balak said unto him, Come, I pray thee, with me unto another place, from whence thou mayest see them. Thou shalt see but the utmost part of them, and shalt not see them all, and curse me them from thence. And he brought him into the field of Ziphirim to the top of Pisgah, and built 7 altars, and offered a bullock and a ram on every altar. And he said unto Balak, Stand here by thy burnt offerings, while I meet the Lord yonder. And the Lord met Balaam, and put a word in his mouth, and said, Go again unto Balak, and say thus. And when he came to him, behold, he stood by his burnt offering, and the princes of Moab with him. And Balak said unto him, What hath the Lord spoken? And he took up his parable, and said, Rise up, Balak, and hearken unto me, thou son of Zippor. God is not a man, that he should lie, neither the son of a man, that he shall repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? Or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good? Behold, I have received commandment to bless, and he hath blessed, and I cannot reverse it. He hath not beheld iniquity in Jacob, neither hath he seen perverseness in Israel. The Lord his God is with him, and the shout of a king is among them. God brought them out of Egypt. He hath, as it were, the strength of a unicorn. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time it shall be of Jacob and Israel. What hath God wrought? Behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion, and lift up himself as a young lion. He shall not lie down until he eats of the prey, and drink the blood of the slain. And Balak said unto Balaam, Neither curse them at all, nor bless them at all. But Balaam answered and said unto Balak, Told not I thee, saying, All that the Lord speaketh that I must do? And Balak said unto Balaam, Come, I pray thee, I will bring thee into another place. Peradventure it will please God that thou mayest curse me them from thence. And Balak brought Balaam into the top of Peor, that looketh towards Jeshima. And Balaam said unto Balak, Build me here 7 altars, and prepare me 7 bullock rams and 7 rams. 7 bullocks and 7 rams. And Balak did as Balaam had said, and offered a bullock and a ram on every altar. Okay, so that's the reading for the chapter 23 of Numbers. And now I'm going to read the what is it called? The study notes. There it is. The preference for performing 7 rituals was widespread in the ancient Near East through multiple altars are not mentioned elsewhere in the Old Testament. From another outpost overlooking the northeast corner of the Dead Sea in the plains of Moab, where Israel was camped, Balaam and Balak repeated the ritual sacrifices on the first encounter. Nothing Balaam could muster could bring any harm to God's people. The film field of Zephon was probably so named because of its strategic observation location. Seven scholars interpret this location as a known place for observing heavenly omens and making astrological observations. Unlike the god of Mesopotamia, who were depicted often as whimsical and easily manipulated through sorcery and divination, the God of Israel was not a man that he should lie or repent. Balaam could not change what God had instructed him to proclaim. Blessing for Israel, God's chosen people. Israel did not need augurs, diviners, or magicians. In fact, they were condemned and prohibited. Augury included reading cloud patterns, bird movements, and other activities in the skies. Divination included extibacy, the ritual slaughter of animals, and the reading of their entails by liver desiccation and viewing of the intestinal lining. Such practices were not the source of Israel's defense, nor could such powers be used against God's people. The Lord would use Balaam, a pagan diviner, to bless those he had been called to condemn. And then this kind of goes into both, but it says, after two failed attempts, Balak railed from the words of Balaam and called for the prophet to refrain from pronouncing a blessing onto Israel. So that's the part from 23. It was basically saying that the whole time Balak is trying to use Balaam to curse the people, and God's already been talking to Balaam, basically saying like, hey, this is what I'm telling you to do. You can't go against it. And Balaam's seen the power of God, so he's not trying to go against that. So Balak keeps trying to change his mind by showing him different like views and different like I guess angles to see the people in different light, I guess, to make him have a certain perspective of them. But he has a fear for God, so whatever God says, that's what he's going with. So I think that's for like how we can relate that to our current life. I think that's how we should be living, as far as we should all fear God, and as far as not being fearful of the world and just following his plan, following what he tells us to do. And it's easy to like lose faith or to kind of like be like, well, I don't really want to do that, because like I said, life is full of trials and tribulations, but at the end of the day, I wholeheartedly believe that everything you go through is part of character development and like helps you become a better person. Like whatever it is, like some things are more extreme, obviously, but at the end of the day, I truly believe that God has the best intent for you and the best plan, and sometimes you have to go through some stuff to build that character and to build discipline, because I know for me, I've been through like a lot, and even now, like I be going through some stuff, and I'll be like, dang, like when it happens. But what I do is just pray to God and just keep like telling him how I feel about it and just move forward, because at the end of the day, he's got a plan. I just got to trust that. And I feel like if the more people that start trusting that and stop leaning on their own understanding, life will get better, or it'll get simpler, as far as, yeah, you might not know what's going to happen tomorrow, but God does. And at the end of the day, he wishes nothing but the best for you. And sometimes you got to go through those trials and tribulations to get to that end goal. So I hope this helps you. I got to go to class now, but stay blessed and keep tuning in if this is helping you.